And welcome back to the Sly Guy TV. You're watching the Sly Guy, Kaboom, Kaboom, Super Kaboom. And now we're gonna have another tutorial video. And this tutorial video is about fire magic and frost magic. So we have the frost maidens here. We have the pyromancers there. Pyromancers use fire. The frost maidens use ice. Let us go and we will teach you how their abilities work. Now, magic is very different from regular attacks, flying attacks, and ranged attacks. Now, magic is a ranged attack which deals damage, and unlike ranged attacks by bows and arrows where you have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares, here magic has unlimited range. It can go anywhere. So if she decides to nail a unit with magic, that's it. You cannot target a ring bearer as long as it is near an enemy unit when you're using magic. And magic has two forms of attacks. You have the regular magic attack and you have the special attack. Now, the very first forms of magic, or the first spells that I'm going to teach you, would be fire and frost. So, fire and freeze, rather. So, these are two very, very different spells. Now, fire, okay, if you move forward, now, fire uses damage. So, whatever you roll, the pyromancers can deal damage to units that are far away. They cannot target ring bearers directly. By rolling a 6-sided die, they get to damage enemy units. Now, the commander has a special ability. She has an ability known as Firestorm and Fireball. Fireball can only be used once per game, and she can deal 2d6 points of damage to any target. So she can target an enemy commander, an enemy unit, but she can kill units from far away using her magic. Alright? Now, the next ability is known as Firestorm. So, the Firestorm ability takes out enemy swarm units. It can wipe out swarm units really quickly. So to use Firestorm, you can only use it once per game. Roll a 6-sided dice. If you get a result, now that is the amount of damage you deal to all enemy units except the ring bearer. And it also damages the commander. So if you roll a 6, you instantly wipe out all of their units. Just like that. Wow. A very, very powerful ability. Also, if you roll a skull, it kills, insta-kills almost all of the units except the commander. It deals 1 damage to the commander. Okay? The luck of the draw, luck of your roll. And when that happens, the enemy can concede. So that's fire magic. So just to recap for fire magic, the fire mages can use their fire magic against any unit. Fire magic can only be used once per game. So mark a unit with a token if it has already used its magic. So it can only be used once per game. If it wants to attack, it will have to go close now because it used up its magic for the day. The fire commander has 2 spells which he can use. The first spell is Fireball, which deals 2d6 points of damage to any single target except the ring bearer. The next is Firestorm, which deals 1d6 points of damage to all the units except the ring bearer. Okay? So that's fire magic in a nutshell. Frost magic is very different. Now, let's just say The Pyromancers are attacking. Oh, 5 damage. Nasty, nasty. The Frost Mages have the freeze ability. Ping! They can freeze the Pyromancers for an amount of turns equal to the dice roll. Unlike the Flame ability, which can only be used once, the freeze ability can be used as many times as they want. So they can freeze enemy units, they can move forward, they can freeze an enemy unit again, he can't move for 5 turns. You can freeze almost everyone there. So there it is. The freeze ability in a nutshell. So freeze ability is unlimited. These Frost Mages can completely freeze all enemy units on the other side of the board. Alright, now what about the Frost Commander? What's the Frost Commander special ability? Well, the Frost Commander has Deep Freeze, which targets any one unit and you can freeze them for the result of your 2 dice rolls. In this case, she can freeze any unit for 6 turns. It also has Blizzard, which can freeze all the enemy units for a number of turns based on the roll. Now, these 2 abilities can only be used once per game. Once she's done using these 2 spells, mark her with a counter. She cannot use them anymore. But she can still use the freeze ability. So, these units do not damage enemy units. They just freeze them. Now, what strategy can you go around here? Now, the burn strategy is more of a commander style victory or ring bearer style victory where they have to kill the commander or the ring bearer using their damage. The Frost Mages, on the other hand, they like to play a slow game. They want to freeze all enemy units for 3 turns, move forward, freeze another enemy unit. So they're gonna just keep stacking up the freeze effects, and then while all the enemy units are frozen, slowly your ring bearer moves forward for the win. So it plays a slow game and it makes the ring bearer win the game. Or if your ring bearer is too far off, you can, while they're frozen, you can just collect treasure. So either way, you win the game. Alright, so hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and if you got any questions, don't hesitate to comment below. You can message our Facebook page at theideamachine.com.ph. Once again, Sly Guy TV with the Sly Guy Kaboom Kaboom. We are signing off right